Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in again. So this is Ricky and we're going to talk about mobile apps. Today, we're going to exchange about what types of monetization options can you have on your app for your target audience. Now, it's important to understand that the most valuable thing that you need to know before you launch your app is one, what type of added value are you going to offer to your target audience, and two, what are the monetization options that you can have on your app. Why? Well, having an app is a big investment. Creating it, developing it, it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money. So the first thing and most important thing to know is what are you going to offer to your clients and how are you going to get the return of investment of that application quickly. So understanding that, it's very important. So on our latest video, we talked about the hidden fees that Apple and Google have when you want to do in-app purchases. You also have other fees that you might have depending on what is your business. So it's very important to have these in mind, put them on a business model, have a tied monetization strategy, and then push your application. So today, again, as I mentioned, we're going to talk about what are those monetization options. And to do so, I'm just going to evaluate with you the most common apps that we use today and how they use monetization options. Again, this is my point of view. I did some research, of course, behind. I am not 100% sure because there's a lot of confidential information and how they work, but we're going to tackle that. And if you have any comments or any questions or any news that I do not know or I mistake, please do drop me a comment so I can learn that and integrate it into my knowledge portfolio, let's say. So today we're going to see 4 different types of apps that you currently use today and that you might as well not know how they're monetizing. So we're going to dig into that. So the first type of app that we're going to talk about are social media apps. So social media apps, as you might know, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and so forth. They have their own monetization options to, let's say, earn money and survive and create and continue to innovate and create new offers for the target audience, so for us, right? So what are these type of monetization options? So what we see is that the app is free to download, the platform is free to use, the only thing you need to do is register. So in this case, the monetization of these applications are going to be the user data. And the user data is going to be tracked based on your interaction with the platform. So every time you interact with the platform, you are giving the platform more information about you as a user and hence improving that data or the data points that they have on you as a particular user. What these companies do afterwards is that they gather that information and they sell it to publishers so they can publish their product or service as an advertising in your platform, in your social media feed, for example. So with Instagram, you have stories, you have in the same feed is integrated and so forth. On LinkedIn, you have it on the feed, you have pay-per-click advertising, you can even have embedded messaging directly to you and so forth. So these are just some examples. Of course, there's millions of them. I don't know all of them, but this is just a really snapshot of what it is. And I don't want to get behind the scenes of how that works. I just want us to stay focused on the subject in hand. That is monetization options on your application, for your application. So the second type of application I'm going to talk to you about today are media channels. So news, publishers, news journals, newspapers, etc. So it's important to understand that they have already, some of them have just free content, and what they do is that they monetize on their advertising. Some of them are switching into offering a premium service where you don't have ads and then you can pay a monthly fee to access this content. But the interesting thing here is how they approach the freemium option. So most of them have a freemium option, which what they do is that they limit for a certain amount of time or for a certain amount of content the access for you as a non-registered user or a non-paying user, that you can access this information. So for example, the Harvard Business Review allows up to 3 articles per month for your user. So once you've surpassed those 3 articles, you're gonna have to maybe subscribe or wait for the new month to access 3 new articles. Probably if you're looking at this from a different market, from a different country, you're gonna maybe have even new ways of monetizing or additional innovative ways that your local newspaper is doing. But again, here I just want to really focus on one of the main ones that we know and how can this apply to your application. So now we're going to go into the third category of applications that we're talking about, and these are going to be freemium and premium options. So for example, let's take Netflix. Netflix, you can log in, create an account, and have 1 month of free trial. Once it's over, you would have to pass to a subscription model. So again, this is using, okay, use my tool for free, you be the judge of it, and then if you want to be part of our platform, then pay a monthly fee. Simple. Then you have, for example, Spotify. It uses the same activity, but Spotify would say that maybe they have some advertising also behind, because once you're doing the freemium, you can have complete access to the tool, but with advertisings, and you cannot skip songs. There's a lot of functionalities that change from the free version to the premium version, but you can still use the platform. And while you're using that platform, of course, they're going to be tracking the data and the user behavior that you're doing, and probably they're going to sell that data afterwards to third parties so they can monetize. That's maybe another way. So you have subscription and monetization for freemium, like Netflix or Spotify. And then the fourth category of application that we're going to talk about are in-app purchasing. So in-app purchasing is very important to understand that you can have multiple types of in-app purchasing. It can be game apps, it can be e-commerce apps, it can be classes app, it can be anything. No? In-app purchasing is basically you download the app for free and then you can purchase stuff inside of the application itself. So a good example of this is Amazon, for example. No, you download the app, you do the online, you shop online, and then you purchase. That's in-app purchasing. So the monetization of the app is selling through that app as a platform. And then finally, I want to add a fifth category here, which is going to be paid applications, upfront paid app. So basically you have an app that you have to pay to download. So this could be something like you already created a course and you want to share it through your app, and then you just want to pay you want the full payment upfront so people can access that course. So you have paid application. A great example for this is Procreate. Procreate is an application that has tools to design on your iPad, kind of like an Illustrator and so forth. And basically to use the tool, you need to actually purchase it because there's no freemium option. Either you get it, either you don't. So it kind of works like in the old school, like a software license. You just pay it once and you have it. So these are the different types of monetization options that you can have on your app. Of course, this might or might not apply to what you are offering to your target audience, but my goal here is to share what are the different type of monetization options that apps or platforms that we currently use on a daily basis or a weekly basis have, and how I can use that to maybe brainstorm or adapt to my new application. Again, please, if you have any questions, if there's more particular subject that you want to dive into, just drop me a comment, send me a private message, feel free to reach out. We can have a chat, we can elaborate this and maybe create a new video for the future based on your subject. So thank you again for joining me on this video and this journey. Please share, comment if you like. If you have any feedbacks, if I'm mistaken, please again send me a comment. I'm more than happy to learn from you as well. This is a collaboration, so let's do it together. Thanks again. Have a great week and take care. Bye-bye.